जय राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी। जय राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी। जय गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना। यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना। यमुनातीरावनचारी। यमुनातीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी। जय गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना। यमुनातीरावनचारी। यमुनातीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी। जय राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी। जय कृष्ण रुक्मिणी जय सत्यभामा। कृष्ण रुक्मिणी जय सत्यभामा। जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय। गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद। जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतः श्री श्रीमद् डिवाइन ग्रेस ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतः श्री श्रीमद् डिवाइन ग्रेस शील भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासद गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद्-भागवतम की जय। श्री श्री कृष्णा रुक्मिणी सत्यभामा की जय। श्री श्री गौरनिताय की जय। जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Reading from Srimad-Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 25, The Glories of Devotional Service, Text number 31. Maitreya Uvacha Viditva Artham Kapilaha Matuhu Itham Viditvartham Kapilo Maturitham Viditvartham Kapilo Maturitham Jata Snehaha Yatra Tanva Abhijataha Jata Sneho Yatra Tanva Abhijataha Jata Sneho Yatra Tanva Abhijataha Tattva Amnaya Yat Pravadanti Sankhya Tattvamnayam Yat Pravadanti Sankhya Tattvamnayam Yat Pravadanti Sankhya Provacha Vai Bhakti Vitana Yoga Provacha Vai Bhakti Vitana Yoga Provacha Vai Bhakti Vitana Yoga Maitreya Uvacha Viditvartham Kapilo Maturitham Jata Sneho Yatra Tanva Bhijataha Tattvamnayam Yat Pravadanti Sankhya Provacha Vai Bhakti Vitana Yoga Maitreya Uvacha Viditvartham Kapilo Maturitham Jata Sneho Yatra Tanva Bhijataha Tattvamnayam Yat Pravadanti Sankhya Provacha Vai Bhakti Vitana Yoga Maitreya Uvacha. Maitreya said, Viditva, having known, Artham, purpose, Kapilaha, Lord Kapila, Matuhu, of his mother, Itham, thus, Jatasnehaha, became compassionate, Yatra, upon her, Tanva, from her body, Abhijataha, born, Tattva Amnayam, truths received by disciplic succession, Yat, which, Pravadanti, they call, Sankhya philosophy, Provacha, he described, why, in fact, Bhakti, devotional service, Vitana, spreading, Yogam, mystic yoga. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Sri Maitreya said, after hearing the statement of his mother, Kapila could understand her purpose and he became compassionate towards her because of being born of her body. He described the Sankhya system of philosophy, which is a combination of devotional service and mystic realization as received by disciplic succession. Kindly repeat. Sri Maitreya said, after hearing the statement of his mother, Kapila could understand her purpose and he became compassionate towards her because of being born of her body. He described the Sankhya system of philosophy, which is a combination of devotional service and mystic realization as received by disciplic succession. There is no purport. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namavo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prayasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Deenataranam. Last week in the media emerged frightening photographs of France, Paris, where there was a lot of rioting, arson, and everywhere you could see thousands of people assembled and a lot of violence, all these kind of things. What was the reason? Because France is going through election. And in the first phase of the election, the right-wing party gained a majority. And so, like in India also, everywhere in the world, there is this right and left parties. And the left, as usual, they are intolerant, most violent lot. When they saw that the right-wing party has got majority, they started rioting, setting things on fire, etc. And after the second round of elections, finally it emerged that no party has got the majority. There are multiple parties. One is the right wing, another is the left wing, another is the centrist, then left of center, right of center, all this kind of. So somehow things have become a little peaceful because the left parties are seeing that, okay, right have not got a majority. So if we have not got a majority, no problem. Right should not get a majority. So they are peaceful. Now if you look at America, there also election fever is going on. On the one hand, we have Democrats. On the other hand, we have the Republicans. Donald Trump is the Republican nominee. Biden is the Democrat nominee. There also a lot of acrimony in the election process. Each of them calling each other names and all kinds of things going on. India is no different. Recently, India also, the elections concluded. And we saw how many multiple, huge number of parties in the fray. But primarily, there was one right-wing party and alliance. And another is an alliance of left-wing parties. And then there are, of course, multiple regional parties. Anywhere in the world you go, you will find every country, there will be multiple political parties. And when election time comes, they become very vociferous. They start going and meeting the public and telling them, you vote for us and bring us to power. We will serve the country very nicely. We will take care of the welfare of the citizens. And every party fights the election on this fundamental principle that we will take care of the welfare of the citizens better than the other party. Although there may be multiple parties, political parties, and all of them have different ways how to take care of the welfare of the public, welfare of the citizens. Their methods may vary. The left party will have one paradigm, how to take care of the welfare of the people, whereas the right-wing party has got another paradigm. But ultimately, the common goal is welfare of the citizens. This is natural. This is the normal thing that we get to see. Multiple parties may be there and they may have different methods, but the goal is the same, which is the welfare of the citizens. In a similar way, even in spirituality, in Kali Yuga, there are four parties, four transcendental parties. These are not political parties. These are four transcendental parties. And although the methods followed by each of these parties may be different, but the goal is the same. In the Padma Purana, it is stated, sampradaya vihina ye mantraste nishphala mataha. Ato kalau chatvaraha sampradayinaha Shri Brahma Rudra Sanakaha Vaishnavaha Kshitipavanaha. The Padma Purana is stating that especially in Kali Yuga, sampradaya vihina ye mantraha, whatever mantras we may receive, whatever Vedic knowledge we may receive, whatever understanding of the philosophy we may receive in Kali Yuga, if it is not connected to a sampradaya, if it is not coming in a sampradaya, in a Guru Parampara, in a disciplic succession, if it is not coming, te nishphala mataha, all such mantras, all such philosophy, all such Vedic knowledge, they are all useless. They will not give any tangible result. They will not give the spiritual result they are meant to give. Now, what are these sampradayas? Now, anybody can claim mine is a sampradaya. Therefore, Padma Purana states, Ato kalau, in Kali Yuga, chatvaraha sampradayinaha, there are only four sampradayas. Now, anybody can claim, no, mine is one of those four sampradayas. No, you cannot claim, because the Padma Purana states, what are those four sampradayas? Shri, Brahma, Rudra and Sanaka. That means the Shri Sampradaya, the Brahma Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya and the Kumara Sampradaya. Sanaka is one of the four Kumaras, so it is also known as Kumara Sampradaya. These are the four bona fide Sampradayas in which if you receive the mantras, any mantra or philosophical knowledge, it will spiritually benefit you. Otherwise, you take any mantra, you take any knowledge, you take the Bhagavad Gita and study it on your own, you will not be able to get the benefit. The Sri Sampradaya is coming from Lakshmi Devi. That's why it is called Sri Sampradaya. And in Sri Sampradaya, One of the most prominent acharyas is Ramanujacharya. And there have been, of course, Yamanacharya is also there, Vedanta Desikan is there. But the most prominent acharya is Ramanujacharya. And when it comes to Brahma Sampradaya, in Brahma Sampradaya, the most prominent acharya is Madhvacharya. And after his time, there has been Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shad Goswamis, all Baladev Vidyabhushan, Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur, and of course, before all of them, Madhavendra Puri. These are some of the prominent acharyas in the Brahma Sampradaya, which is coming from Lord Brahma. Lord Krishna gave the knowledge to Brahma, Brahma gave it to Narada, Narada gave it to Vyasa, Vyasa gave it to Madhvacharya, like that. Then there is the Rudra Sampradaya. Rudra Sampradaya is coming from Lord Shiva. And in that Sampradaya, the most prominent acharya is Vishnu Swami. And the Rudra Sampradaya is one of the oldest Sampradayas. It started, Vishnu Swami was, living in BC, before Christ, that era, 3rd or 4th century BC. So you can imagine, it is 2500, 2600 years ago. Very, very old. And in the Rudra Sampradaya, Vishnu Swami Sampradaya comes Sridhar Swami, who is the first commentator on the Bhagavatam, whom Chaitanya Mahaprabhu held in very high esteem. And later, in the Rudra Sampradaya came Bilva Mangal Thakur, and then there was Vallabhacharya. These are some of the prominent acharyas in the Vishnu Swami Sampradaya, in the Rudra Sampradaya. Then we have Kumara Sampradaya, in which Nimbarkacharya is the main acharya, he is the most prominent acharya. Now if you look at all these sampradayas, all the acharyas in these sampradayas have come from southern India. Ramanujacharya was from Tamil Nadu. When it comes to Vishnu Swami, Bilomangal Thakur was from Kerala. Vishnu Swami himself, he is the most prominent acharya. He is said to be from, if I remember correctly, he is also from Tamil Nadu. And when it comes to Kumara Sampradaya, Nimbarkacharya is from Telangana. He was from a Telugu family. And Madhvacharya is from Karnataka. All of these acharyas are from South India. And the Padma Purana states that although there may be differences in the methods and some differences in the philosophy, which is enumerated by each of these sampradayas, Sri Sampradaya, Brahma Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya and Kumara Sampradaya. Although all of them may have different methods, their goal is the same. And that is why it says, Shri Brahma Rudra Sanakaha Vaishnavaha Kshiti Pavanaha. All of them are Vaishnava Sampradayas. The Sampradaya coming from Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Lakshmi Devi and the Kumaras are all Vaishnava Sampradayas. Vaishnava means they are all, their goal is to render devotional service to Vishnu. Therefore, they are all Vaishnava Sampradayas. And therefore, like all these political parties, they have different methods of rendering welfare to the citizens, but their central goal is welfare of the citizens, although the methods may differ. Likewise, the central goal of all the four sampradayas, which are the only bona fide sampradayas in Kali Yuga, is Vaishnavism, is devotional service, bhakti to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, Narayana or Krishna. Although the methods may differ. If you look at the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, for a Sankirtana and chanting Krishna's holy name, that is the primary thing. If you look at the Sri Sampradaya, they have lot of rituals and deity worship related to Narayana. And so like that, there may be some differences in the methods adopted, but ultimately all of them talk about the devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu or Narayana or Krishna. And therefore, all of them are Vaishnava Sampradayas. Shri Brahma Rudra Sanakaha Vaishnavaha Kshiti Pavanaha. And all of them in Kali Yuga, they are these sampradayas are the means to purify the whole world. That means for liberation in Kali Yuga, anybody wants to be purified of the contamination of Kali Yuga, anybody wants to cross over the ocean of birth and death in Kali Yuga, then the only way is to surrender to one of these four sampradayas. And if we look at today's verse, that exactly the same thing is being spoken by Kapila Dev to Devahuti, Shri Krishna Rukmini Satyabhama ki jai. Kapila Deva is telling Devahuti, or rather Maitreya is telling about the knowledge given by Kapila Deva, that it is Tattva Amnayam. Amnaya means it is referring to the Sampradaya, one of these four Sampradayas. So the Sankhya Yoga, which has been spoken by Kapila Deva, Maitreya Rishi is saying, it is not a speculative philosophical system like people commonly understand when we speak of Sankhya Yoga to be some sort of speculative philosophical process where you speculate about impersonal Brahman. And the example given is of one atheist Kapila, who is not the original propounder of Sankhya Yoga. He speculated and put forth his own theory and called it Sankhya Yoga. And generally people think that is the real Sankhya Yoga. But in reality, what is Sankhya Yoga? Tattvamnayam yat pravadanti Sankhyam. Sankhya means what is called pravadanti Sankyam. What is called Sankhya Yoga? Sankhya Yoga is Amnaya Tattva. It is the Tattva or truth, the reality which is delivered or received in the Sampradaya, in the Guru Parampara. And the Guru Parampara or the Sampradaya which is bona fide are only four. Shri Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, Brahma Sampradaya and Kumara Sampradaya. The knowledge received in any of these four Sampradayas is referred to as Sankhya Yoga. And interestingly, Maitreya Rishi says that Sankhya Yoga is characterized by Provachavai Bhakti Vitana Yogam. That Sankhya Yoga, the purpose of the Sankhya Yoga is to Bhakti Vitana Yogam, to expand Bhakti Yoga. And that is why you will see all these four Sampradayas are Vaishnava Sampradayas. Vaishnavaha Kshitipavanaha. All of them are Vaishnava Sampradayas. Why? Because Sankhya Yoga means Bhakti Vitana Yogam. It is meant for expanding Bhakti Yoga. And that is why, therefore, Krishna also tells in the Bhagavad Gita that Sankyam Yogam, that Sankhya and Bhakti Yoga are non-different. Because Sankhya Yoga is meant to bring one to the point of Bhakti Yoga, to surrender to Krishna and render devotional service to him. In fact, in the 6th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, up to the verse 32, Krishna explained the Sankhya Yoga or the Ashtanga Yoga system, the process of mystic yoga, how to practice brahmacharya, how to sit, how to concentrate the mind, what are the different asanas to perform, and how to attain the situation of samadhi. And when Krishna explained this process, in the 33rd and 34th verses of the 6th chapter, Arjuna expressed his skepticism. Arjuna was skeptical about this Ashtanga Yoga process or this Sankhya Yoga process. Arjuna told Krishna that Yoyam yogas tvaya proktaha samyena madhusudana etasyaham na pasyami chanchalatva sthitim sthiram. O Krishna, Madhusudana, in summary you have explained this yoga system to me. But this yoga system, Arjuna told Krishna that etasyaham na pasyami. I do not see any steadiness on this path of yoga which you have taught. Until now you have explained to me. And why it is unsteady? Why is Arjuna being skeptical? Because he says, Chanchalatvat sthitim sthiram na. Because of the chanchalatva, fickle nature, it is impossible to practice this yoga process steadily. To to steadily progress on this path of yoga which I mentioned is not possible. And then Arjuna told further clarified why he was saying, why he was bringing up this point of fickle-mindedness. Chanchalatvat. Arjuna said, Chanchalam hi mana Krishna pramati balavad dhridam. Tasyaham nigraham manye vayoriva sudushkaram. Arjuna said, the mind is very, very fickle. What is fickle? The mind is fickle. The mind is always jumping. It is vacillating between acceptance and rejection. Today, my mind will accept, okay, let me follow this mystic yoga process, and I will start following. Tomorrow, my mind will reject that same thing. And then what will happen? I will not be able to follow the path of yoga which you have told. And but you may say that no, you must control the mind and continue. But then the controlling the mind, vayoriva sudushkaram, controlling the mind is like controlling the wind. It is not possible for anyone to control the wind. Suppose there is a big tornado, there is a hurricane. And if we say, okay, I will spread my arms and I will stop the wind, is it possible? Not possible. You use all your technology in the world. Is it possible to stop a tempest? Not possible. Therefore, Arjuna is giving this example. Just like it is impossible to stop a raging hurricane, it is similarly impossible to stop the mind vacillating between acceptance and rejection. Today, I might accept the yoga process, but no guarantee that tomorrow the same mind will reject it also. Arjuna said, so I am not seeing how I can steadily practice this yoga process and achieve perfection. Then Krishna replied, very simply Krishna replied, don't worry, practice makes man perfect. You practice, by practice you will be able to become perfect. Okay, initially you may have a little fall down maybe there, then again you will practice, then again fall down, practice, gradually you will become perfect. But Arjuna was not satisfied. Arjuna still in his mind it was running, but still it may not be possible to practice this yoga system. So Arjuna asked Krishna, what is the destination of somebody who takes up this yoga process and then falls down? Isn't he like a riven cloud? If you see, sometimes in the sky you can see a large formation of clouds. And due to a breeze, one small portion of the cloud may get cut off from the large portion. Then what will happen? That small piece of cloud will be blown helter and skelter by the wind, and in no time it will be finished. So if somebody takes up the path of yoga, which Krishna you have said, and I said it's not possible to steadily practice it, but you are saying you have to practice, there is no other go. Now if somebody takes up that process and suppose he is not able to control his mind and he falls down, then what is his destination? Is he not like a riven cloud? Because neither he could enjoy materially, nor could he get anything spiritual. Finally, he is zero. He did not achieve anything. And then for that, Krishna explained what is the destination, how yogi who has fallen down doesn't meet any bad destination, but in his future lives, he will continue to practice that yoga system and he will eventually attain perfection. All that Krishna explained. But then Krishna understood what is going on in Arjuna's mind. Arjuna's mind he is thinking, such a difficult yoga process. I don't know whether I'll be successful or not. What is going to happen to me? Arjuna's mind, this doubt is constantly running. And so Krishna told Arjuna, don't worry. Indirectly Krishna told Arjuna. And in the end of the 6th chapter, Krishna told Arjuna that yoginam api sarvesham madgatena antaratmana shraddhavan yome bhajate same yuktatamo mataha. Krishna said, don't worry, you are the topmost yogi. You are the greatest yogi. You have already attained success. Don't worry whether you will fall down, whether you will not attain success or anything like that. Don't worry at all. You don't have to practice this yoga system. Why? Because the greatest yogi is one who is constantly thinking of Krishna. Why did Krishna make this statement? Because in the Mahabharata, when the Pandavas had finished their Vanavasa and their Ajnatavasa, they had to, according to the conditions of the game of dice which they lost, they had to stay in forest exile for so many years. After that, they had to stay 1 year incognito, and then only they could get back their kingdom. When they completed that and approached Duryodhana, Duryodhana refused to give back the kingdom. He refused to return the kingdom. Shakuni made some calculation and told, no, according to me, the time is still not passed, and before the time was passed, their disguise was discovered, and so therefore they have not fulfilled the conditions that we have put. He made some calculation and cooked up some calculation and presented it as if the Pandavas had lost. So naturally, because he was trying to cheat, it was unacceptable and war became inevitable. And when the Pandavas and Kauravas saw that war is inevitable, they decided, let us go and meet all the people who are favorable to us and solicit support, so that we can accumulate a large army and then we can fight with the opposition. Naturally, the first person both Duryodhana and Arjuna thought of was Krishna, because Krishna is the most powerful personality. Both of them landed up in Dwaraka. Duryodhana happened to come a little earlier than Arjuna. And Duryodhana came and asked, where is Krishna? Somebody told him Krishna is sleeping in his quarter, he is taking rest. And Duryodhana walked into the Krishna's bedroom, because after all they are cousin brothers, it's not that they are very close relatives. Duryodhana walked in and he saw Krishna is lying on the bed, his eyes are closed, and he looked around, he saw one nice chair kept near the head of Krishna. He went and sat there. Come first, so I'll come and sit near Krishna's head, and he waited there. After a little while, Arjuna walked in. And then Arjuna walked in and Arjuna saw Krishna is lying down on the bed and he is sleeping, his eyes are closed. Arjuna came and stood respectfully at the lotus feet of Krishna, and with his hands in doing pranam, he stood there, Kritanjalihi. With his hands folded, he stood there, waiting for Krishna to open his eyes. After a little while, Krishna opened his eyes. And when Krishna opened his eyes, Krishna was lying on his back. And when Krishna opened his eyes, first person he saw was Arjuna. And then Krishna said, oh Arjuna, you come. And he got up. And when he got up, he saw, oh, Duryodhana is also here. And he said, yeah, why have both of you come here? Then Duryodhana, because he was the elder one, he said, Krishna, we have come here seeking your help in the battle. Both of us are going to fight. And so we need your support. And we have come to ask you. And then Duryodhana said, and please understand, I am the one who came first. And so according to the laws of Dharma, you have to give me the support first. Whatever I ask, you have to give first. Then whatever is left over, you can give to Arjuna. Krishna responded to Duryodhana, I don't suspect that you have come first. If you have said that you have come first, you have come first. You have come before Arjuna. But then, when I opened my eyes, I saw Arjuna first. And so, naturally, I have to ask him. And not only that, Krishna told Duryodhana, according to the laws of Dharma, when two people come and approach you seeking help, the duty of the person is to first help the junior person, not the senior person. First, the younger person has to be helped, and then the older person. So that way also Arjuna is younger to you. Therefore, I will have to ask Arjuna first what he wants. And then Krishna said, but I understand, both of you have come seeking my support. And both of you are my relatives. I cannot say no to both of you. So therefore, I will divide myself into two. On one hand, my Narayani Sena, which has 10 crore soldiers, that is on one side. And I, unarmed and unwilling to fight in the battle, I am all alone on another side. I will not take up weapons. I will not fight in the battle because all are my relatives, so I don't want to fight and kill anyone. I'll be there on one side, unarmed, and without fighting, I'll be there on one side. On the other side is the army. So Arjuna, please tell me, what do you want? Arjuna, without batting an eyelid, he said, Krishna, I want only you. Duryodhana, he started hiding his laughter. Foolish fellow Arjuna, what? 10 crore army he's giving up and taking Krishna. Krishna will anyway not fight. What is the use? Then Duryodhana said, okay, I'll take the army, no problem. Whatever is left over, I'll take. And he said, okay, Krishna, okay, Arjuna, bye, goodbye. And he walked out. He was very elated. Duryodhana, Arjuna, foolish fellow, he has got cheated and I've got the army. What more I needed? And he walked out very happily. Now, after Duryodhana left, Krishna turned to Arjuna and he said, what is this, Arjuna? What has gone wrong with you? Why did you choose me? I'm not going to fight, and I said I will not lift any weapon. So why did you choose me? You should have used your intelligence and you should have chosen the army. No. Krishna asked Arjuna. Arjuna replied, Krishna, if you are there on my side, even if you are not lifting any weapon and you are not fighting, no problem. You simply be with me. That's all that I want. Why? Because I know you all alone are capable of completely destroying how much ever big army Duryodhana may assemble. And I am also capable. Arjuna said, I am also capable of destroying the army of Yudhishthira all alone. We don't need a huge army to support us and all. I alone am enough. And you alone are also enough. But then, you are the only person worthy of glorification in all the three worlds, in the entire universe. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And so therefore, I want that you should be glorified for winning the battle against the Kauravas. And therefore, I asked for you, so that you will be glorified, you will get the credit that you, because of you, the Pandavas won the battle of Kurukshetra. So you see Arjuna's thinking. Arjuna was not interested in, unlike Duryodhana, Arjuna was not interested that I should get the kingdom, I should win the battle, I should get the credit. He was not thinking any of those things. He was thinking, in this battle, who should get the credit? Krishna should get the credit. Therefore, he should be on our side. So Arjuna always was thinking of Krishna. And so therefore, Krishna told Arjuna that yoginam api sarvesham madgatena antaratmana shraddhavan yome bhajate same yukta tamo matava. So Krishna said, one who is constantly thinking of me and within his heart he is constantly thinking of me and he is rendering devotional service to me, he is already the topmost yogi and he has achieved the highest perfection. In other words, what Krishna was telling, Arjuna, why are you worried that you will not be able to complete the process, you will fall down? Don't bother about all these things. Anyway, you are already always used to thinking of me. And which has been exemplified in the manner in which Arjuna asked for Krishna when Duryodhana and Arjuna went to Krishna seeking his support for the battle. So Krishna said, don't worry, you are already accustomed to thinking of me always. So you are already the topmost yogi, and you are the greatest devotee, and so therefore there is no problem, you are already successful. So this actually, what Krishna is saying is, all the other yoga processes, Krishna had described Karma Yoga. In the 3rd chapter, 5th chapter, Krishna had described Karma Yoga. And in the 4th chapter, Krishna had described Jnana Yoga. And in the 6th chapter, Krishna described Ashtanga Yoga. Finally, what Krishna is saying, forget all these things. Become my devotee, you are the topmost yogi. You don't have to worry about anything else. And therefore, Maitreya Rishi is saying, Tatvamnayam yat pravadanti sankyam, that Sankhya Yoga, which is received in the disciplic succession, which is received in one of these 4 sampradayas, it is Bhakti Vitana Yogam. It is meant for expanding devotional service, because devotional service is the culmination of all yoga processes. Whether one becomes a bhakti yogi, whether one becomes a karma yogi, whether one becomes a jnana yogi, whether one becomes a sankhya yogi, whether one becomes an ashtanga yogi, ultimately the perfection of that yoga process is when they become a devotee of Krishna and they start rendering devotional service to Krishna, when they come to the point where their hearts are absorbed in Krishna out of love for him, exactly like Arjuna. That is the culmination of every yoga process. And therefore, Maitreya Rishi is stating here that Viditvarsam Kapilo Maturitam Jata Sneho Yatra Tanvabhijataha. Kapila Deva, being pleased, Jata Snehaha, being pleased with his Tanvabhijataha, by the person from whose body he had taken birth, meaning being pleased with his mother Devahuti. Why was he pleased with Devahuti? Because Devahuti surrendered unto him unhesitatingly, unreservedly. So Krishna also says in the Bhagavad Gita that the process of devotional service begins with surrender. And surrender, service and questioning. Pariprashna, seva, pariprashna, seva, and what is the third one? Upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. When will the tattvadarshinaha, when will those knowledgeable gurus, the acharyas, tattvadarshinaha, those who know the truth, know the absolute truth, vadanti tattvam, when will they reveal that knowledge to you? When you first surrender unto them, and then you render devotional service to them, and then pariprashna, then you question them, then they will reveal the knowledge to you. So in the case of Devahuti also, she did not take up a position that no, I am the mother, you are after all my son, I am superior to you, I am older than you in age. She did not take any of those things. Very humbly, she went to Kapila Dev and said, please, you open my eyes which are blinded by ignorance and you deliver me. She took a very humble and subordinate position to her own son. And because of that, Kapila Deva is Jata Snehaha, he became pleased. And the entire Shastras are stating, Yasya Prasadat Bhagavat Prasadaha. Only if we please the spiritual master who is coming in one of the sampradayas, Tattva Amnayam, one who is coming in one of those 4 sampradayas, to such an acharya, if you please him, then only will real spiritual knowledge be revealed in the heart, and Bhakti Vitana Yogam, the seed of devotional service, will be planted in our hearts. So this is the secret of achieving spiritual emancipation, especially in Kali Yuga, as it is being elucidated by Maitreya Rishi here. So we'll stop here. Grantharaj Srimad-Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nidai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.